Hello, everybody. Guess what today is? It is Talk to Me Tuesday, where we're going to share some helpful networking tips to help grow your business. My name is Tandra Price, and I am your networking ninja. I help entrepreneurs like yourself implement networking strategies to help make your business grow. And I am super duper excited today because I have an amazing guest with me. She has been here before, but since she has been here, y'all, she is blowing up, blowing up. And you know what? I had to bring her back because you know what? Right now, I need for all of you to have her in your network. Okay, this is a lady who is definitely a key player to be a part of your network. So listen, without further ado, I'm going to have Miss Aletha Tucker introduce herself. Girl, tell us what you're up to while I try to get all these little fancy devices of mine working to make sure that everybody's on key. So go ahead, Miss Lady, you got the floor.
Hello, Tandra. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. I so appreciate being here with you. You know, it's always like being at home when we hang out together. So thank you. Thank you so much. So I am Aletha Tucker. I am an author and a speaker, as well as the visionary behind a brand new book that we just put out, Reinvented to Rise, and maybe we'll get a chance to talk about that. And I also am the visionary behind a company, Jolise Enterprises, where we work to get women the tools that they need in order to get the things out of life that they desire to have professionally, as well as personal development. So that is what I do. I try to make sure that in all that I do, that I network. And of course, networking is a huge part of doing the collaborations and being able to reach people who my mission is, geared for. So I always love coming on and talking about networking. So I'm just thrilled to be here with you today.
Yes, listen, and I'm glad you're here. Listen, you're right. Networking is everything. Listen, so before we get started, we got some juice to talk about today. I'm excited. I'm telling you, I have the perfect guest. So listen, I decided to try to add a little fashion to my face today. So I put these little fancy glasses on. Look, they may be a little too big or whatever, but I thought, hey, you know what? Let me add a little fashion flair.
There you go.
It look like, hey, Shay. Look, I got Miss Shay Thomas, girl. Give me some little thumbs up if you think the fashion is there or not. So
yes, it looks good.
Our house, if you want to be a part of, look, she's doing some amazing things. She's making you look good from the head to the toe.
Yes.
So, okay. So let's get started real quick about what we're going to talk about today. So earlier this week, or I ain't going to say earlier this week because today is Tuesday. So yesterday I put out a post and I put, what is your zone of geniusness? Now, that's like, ooh.
Yeah. Woo woo.
And let me tell you what really inspired me to put that post out. Was because, as me and you both, Aletha, we have clients that we coach and that we talk with. And, this is the third quarter. So all of you out there, if you don't know, it's the third quarter. If you don't know, you know, it's the
third quarter.
And you know what? Just even with some of the clients that I've been talking to, they have been feeling just a little like overwhelmed or a little tight, like, that's I'm gonna call it tight squeeze. And hey, by the way, listen, I got on some Jolisa.
It looks wonderful. It looks wonderful.
Why am I shut out today? But I was talking with some of the clients, and I think we have to go back to what's your zone of geniusness. I mean, like, and here's the thing too. I found that as we've been leaders and coaches. For all the leaders and coaches out there, I think sometimes we get into that repetitive conversation that sometimes, we have to change the language.
Yes.
So that's why I put the zone of geniusness. I'm not going back to what's your why and all that stuff, because sometimes I think we have to change the language up just a little bit, for us to get a better communication with our clients.
Yes.
So, they're in the process of like, oh my God, why did I do this? I shouldn't have did this. Let me tell you, first of all, before we dive into kind of how we're going to define the zone of geniusness. Let's just kind of define this. Like, we all have the ups and downs valleys, or we want to say our humps or whatever. Listen, I have had those as well. I'm sure that you have had it.
Yes.
We thought, like, we set these programs out. People have started business. Clients were coming in. Everything was going really well. And then next, what happened? Boom. Now guess what? You ain't got as many clients coming in. Memberships is dropping. Programs ain't being filled up like they're supposed to. Hey, guess what? You're not even getting paid the amount of money that you're supposed to when it comes to getting your speaking engagements. Now that's huge because before all this stuff happened, people were getting paid huge dollars to speak on stages, y'all. They were getting paid some crazy amount of money. Like, they had options, to say what they wanted and how they, if they were going to be on there. But now, what? The options have kind of dialed down a little bit, right? People are not getting paid as much. So now everything is looking different. Our receipts are looking different, right? So now that kind of gets us into a little, oh my God, should I have done this? Did I do the right thing? So let's take it back and let's define it a little bit different. So what's your zone of geniusness? So if anybody's out there, hey ladies, thank you for joining me. Look, I'm looking on 2 devices. So
I know you're doing good.
Thank you for joining me. And listen, dive in. So why don't you in the chat, because this is Talk to Me Tuesday, where we share helpful networking tips to help grow your business. And me and Aletha just ain't gonna talk to each other. We want y'all to talk to us.
That's right.
Put into as we're diving down in these, I broke it down into 4 areas. And Jolisa, I'm telling me, Mrs. Aletha Tucker, you are so well to tell me if I'm in the right area. Now, I always believe in staying in my zone.
Right.
I believe in staying in my zone. So I broke this down into 4 areas, and I gotta want to start talking about the first area, or how to define what your zone of geniusness is.
Okay.
So the first one I want to talk about is passion. So it's like, what is that thing that we can do all night, y'all? Listen, all night. And listen, say all your bills and everything was paid, and you could do it all night, all day for free. I don't know, should we say free? But what would that thing be? If you had no limitations, no nothing, but you could do it all day.
Right.
Something that you love to do.
Okay. Yes,
absolutely. So elaborate on that. Let's elaborate on that little passion part.
Sure. So, and your passion also can follow suit into your purpose. That's a whole other discussion there. But truly, if you're trying to find your zone of genius, you want to look at your passions. Okay. Because particularly if you're in a situation like it is the 3rd quarter and things aren't working quite the way you want them to work, you need to be able to fall back on something that you know that you would be able to sell, that you can sell with your eyes closed, because it's something that you would do no matter what. Just like you're saying, Tondra, it doesn't matter, what, you would do this even if you didn't get paid. Now, we want to get paid, but you would do it, even if you didn't get paid. And I know that for me is in the arena of helping women to find out what it is that their niche is, find out where it is they want to be in life, where they want to improve things. It's that thing that you can get started talking about, and if somebody doesn't stop you, you can go on forever and a day. I had somebody to tell me the other day that no matter what you do, if you want to make products, or want to make sales, or want to, grow, you have to be able to get out there and be something so that you can sell yourself. Because if people buy into you, if they buy into what you're passionate about, if they buy into, you, then any product you sell, they're going to want, because it's you.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure. So, let's take that back a little bit too, because you made some good points, y'all. Okay. So for those who are joining in, hey ladies, thank you. We are talking about finding your zone of genius. And, we got Coach Sean D on here. Okay. So listen, we're talking about finding your zone of genius. So in that, we're going to break it down. At least I broke it down to 4 areas. And if there's more, please add to it. But this is kind of where I want to start. But you made a good point, Aletha, because what happens is when you think about your passion, that's the first one we're talking about is passion. You know, it's like, you know, your no-no, you know, like, you know, no good. I mean, no. When it comes to that, when all else fails, you have to go back to your no-no.
Yes, right.
No.
What you know.
And that is going to drive you. Remember, this is something that you can do, you know, regardless. You know, it has to be something that is so deep embedded in you that you know it, like you know it, like you know, no good. I mean, right. Like that is the truth. When it comes out to really, you know, developing or starting your zone of geniusness.
Right.
And you made another point too, because what happens is that what happens, you know what, people, when you are excited, see what happens is when you get down deep down into that passion part, you become excited. Y'all, we become excited. That energy just resonates off. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, fireworks. And people are going to grab onto that. You made a good point, because when you're trying to sell something, it's not about the product. I'm telling you, it's not about the product and it's not about the company.
No.
It's about you.
Yes. Yes.
You bring the fire. You bring the excitement. You bring the product.
Absolutely.
The product. So we have to understand that, like, when we're feeling down and out, you know what? Those things resonates off. People say, yeah, girl, I know. Yeah. You know, you get that. You get those haters, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
But when you get into your zone, y'all listen to me. When you get into your zone, can't nobody stop you.
Nope.
That is your passion. That is your, listen, you could talk about, like you said, something you could talk about all night. I went into a doctor's office. I'm gonna give you an example. I went into a doctor's office last week, and you know, the lady, the gentleman asked me, like, you know, what do you do? And I started telling him what I did, and you know, he's like, oh my God, you got to meet my wife. My wife was just around the corner. His wife came into the room, and you know, me and her just started talking. Right? You know, I'm a talker anyway, but
right.
And next, let me tell you how the passion is. Because in the midst of my talking, she had got so excited, y'all. She was going to launch a CD, right? She was going to launch a CD, and she said, look, I'm having problems with my marketing. I'm having a problem with getting my information out. But because I'm passionate about it, every time I'm talking about networking, I talk about networking. I could talk about it in my sleep. I could talk about it no matter where I go.
Right.
But because of that energy that I had, made that lady want to go and get her CDs and her posters. She said, what do you think is wrong? You know what I'm saying? So
right.
Me, you know, getting there, waiting on my doctor's appointment. I'm talking to his wife about something. Don't you know I got my doctor's appointment free?
Oh my goodness.
Because he said, you know, the information that you get, that's passion.
Yes,
that's zone. Wait a minute. Somebody give me some 5 or something. Because see, when you're in your zone and you got that passion, that drive, can't nobody stop you.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. And you deliver a message, like you said, Aletha, you're trying to impact people, and you're delivering a message that is so strong that you be like, hey, girl, okay, what's wrong with my poster? What's wrong with,
I want a piece. Right.
Yeah. I want a little bit of that juice. You know? Talking about, listen, remember the song, you know, no good.
Right.
But, you know, put it into the other.
In the context, I get you.
But yeah, I mean, I end up walking out, you know, normally look, the doctor's appointment with $120-some. They said, listen, the information you gave my wife was so needed. And you helped her in a way that, listen, that she has been looking for this. Listen, it's on me. It's on the house.
Wow.
I said, okay, well, can I do my follow-up?
Exactly. Now that's making an impact right there.
That's making an impact. So listen, okay, so let's go to our next one. So the next one is our talent, which falls right back into what we're talking about. So you know what? We all have a natural gift. Okay, so when we started out doing our business, you know, we were really passionate about something. We really wanted to bring it to people, but it required us to have some skills along with that passion. Would you agree?
Yes, absolutely.
So let's talk about that. Like, you know, sometimes we have to list what our talents are, and sometimes we don't even know what our talents are. And sometimes we have to ask a friend, you know, like a friend or a family member who knows you best to maybe help us with a list. Don't you? What you think about? What you think about that? I'm just talking so much. What do you think?
I agree. I agree. You know, some things in the things that we're gifted in, we do ordinarily without really thinking about them. You know, we just go ahead and push, and, you know, before you know it, we've got this conference planned out. You know, we've got this meeting set. We've got this project all planned out. And so these are things that we do just kind of automatically, and we don't realize we're doing them. So that's why it's necessary to have somebody to say, hey, sit down and tell me. You need to do your own inventory, first of all, just like you said, make your list. You know the things that you kind of know, the things that automatically pop in your head that are your gifts, you know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You realize that you've got some things going on that other people can't do. But then there are those things that just totally go over your head, and it will take somebody to sit down and tell you, well, you know, you have an art for being able to pull together a conference that'll make some serious inroads in the networking community. And you probably didn't even realize that. So go to other people too, so that they can help you to realize those things that are really kind of going over your head as some gifts that you've just kind of been taking for granted.
Ooh, girl, you listen, that was a mic drop. Yeah, I hope everybody got their pen and paper, because you know when you come to Talk to Me Tuesday, you gotta have your pen and paper, because
gotta have your pen and paper.
You know what? You made a good point, because things do go over our head. Sometimes we take our own talent, y'all, for granted. So good at that, you know. Sometimes it takes somebody else to help us recognize what our talents are.
Yes.
And then from there, you know what? I do this thing called and you probably know I'm so always on it talking about your branch of business.
Yes.
Yes. Like, you know, that pretty tree. You know, I always
pull out the tree.
If anyone knows, a part of my WIN membership program, we talk about your branches of business. And it's really about almost like the same thing as our talents. Okay, so Shannon says, can't nobody stop my drive. Can't nobody hold me down. Oh no, I gotta keep on. Oh, girl, okay, go on with the song.
The lyrics.
The song. Go on with the lyrics. Down with the lyrics. Broken down to us. Can't nobody hold me down. Okay, Shannon, since you threw the lyrics, who's the producer of the song?
Right.
I love it, but girl, that's some
the artist.
Oh, the artist. Girl, look, who's the producer? So yes, you're right. So it is so important, y'all, that we kind of be aware of what our talents are, because that's a part of our zone. That's a part of what makes us unique. That's a part of what people buy. Instead of your product and service, they're buying, look, your passion. They're buying your talents. Oh, now we got to go down into skills.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
Because here's what I found is along the way, along my journey, I've learned so many different skills. I have, and it's crazy, because you know what? Here's the thing about it is, that's why I say everyone needs a coach.
Yes.
It gets us out of that stinking thinking.
Absolutely.
In the skills that we develop, a coach helps you to do that. They help you to get to the next level that, you know what, that you want to get to that revenue generating business. But along that, we learn, you know, we talk about doing personal development all the time. I'm talking always about get a book, going to a conference, go to a training, like listen to who's talking to you, who's in your ear, you know, listen to some motivationals or something. So what do you think about that? Because sometimes, you know what, within our skills, we learn more skills, more like in a survival mode. Like the lady that I was talking to about, you know, one of my clients, she was like, you know, this is just over. No, this is the meat and bones of where you are right now. This is where you're going to learn so much along your journey. that's going to help not only you, but it's going to help other people too.
Yes.
We all got that.
Yes.
What do you think about that?
Absolutely. And some skills we have because we've purposely gone out there and learned them. Some we have because the rubber met the road and we had no choice but to do them, and some, we've had some time to develop, and we see something that we want to do and we go out and do it. Irregardless of how you got the skill, irregardless of what the skill is, you've got to be able to tap into them. You've got to be able to tap in, no pun intended there. I'm with you. But that is a huge piece of you being able to make some inroads, of course, because what are you going to put up if you don't put up what you're good at or those skills that you have? And if you're having difficulty identifying those, I agree 100%. As coaches, a lot of that is what we do. And it can go from the bare minimum where we sit down and we talk to you to find out some of those skills to, assessments like I do with some of my clients where we can really get down in there and look at the behaviors and where those skills would actually parlay into a profession that you could do or how this would meet into that. So knowing your skills, of course, are crucial. And it's a huge piece of getting your niche down pat. Huge.
Ooh, great. Ooh, woo woo.
Yeah, woo woo.
Listen, I hope y'all listen. First of all, Coach Sean D said coaches shrink decades into that. Ooh.
Yes.
Woo woo.
I love that.
Woo woo. Everybody need to be hitting me with some hearts on everything. Y'all listen to that. Girl, I wish she could chop on here. Coaches shrink decades
into days. I love it.
Yeah, let that sit marinate. Let that sit and marinate.
Mm-hmm.
That is real good juice, y'all. And you know what? I don't even know really. Can we be honest? I don't really even know why we still have to. And it's not convincing, but I don't even know why. When we talk about coaches, when that word comes up, people just have a whole new different outlook. Sean D hit me with something.
Yes.
Like, why? Like, that's the why.
That is the why.
Like, you know what? I have a coach. Actually, I have 3 coaches.
I'm with you.
Coaches.
Yes.
I need that extra push. I need it because I need to get out of my stinking thinking. You know what? This is a time that is of the essence. And if we want to take our business to another, okay, give me another word. We can't say level no more. We can't say, somebody give me a word for taking your business.
Another platform.
To
another zone.
There you go, another zone. Thank you so much.
Yes.
We have to have coaches. We have to have them. I'm going to go back to what Shandi said again. Coaches shrink decades into days. They help us to develop our skills more. You know what I'm saying? They help us to refine what we're doing. Y'all, come on.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what? And then I was telling my client, it's no more hobby days. Do you think we still have hobby days?
Oh no.
Like, we have a little playtime if you want to, do some, DIY stuff. But I think the hobbies is leaving.
Yeah.
You agree with me?
Those days are out.
I don't know how to say it, but we can't afford to just sit and let it just bypass us. I always talk about, I always talk about sitting on the bench. You don't want, you're sitting on the bench, you let all the players pass you by, and then you wonder why, you're not where they are, because they took the time to develop their skills. They took the time to find out what their passion was. They took time to find out what their talents are. Guess what? And they're moving.
They're moving. Exactly.
And we got coaches to help them along the way. Listen, I don't know. Somebody, let me see. When anytime we need help, okay, and I don't know if this is going to be a good analogy, But you know what?
Let's hear it.
Whenever I buy something, okay, I'm notorious. I mean, I cannot figure out how to put these pieces together. Oh, I'm going somewhere. I think I'm going somewhere.
I'm going with you.
I can't figure out how to put the pieces together because there's so many, y'all. I mean, I don't know. Let's just go with, say if you ever put one of them IKEA things together. I don't know if y'all have IKEA near y'all, whatever. You know what? It comes into that box and you open up the box. It got all these little pugs and nugs and, you know. Guess what? That's a lot.
It's a lot.
That's a lot. So now you got to figure out, how do I put this all together? Now you start because we think we know. And can't nobody tell us. Can't nobody tell us. What's the? Come on, Shannon, give me a song. Can't nobody tell us. You know. But then once we find out, when we start putting that thing together, girl, it'd be lopsided. You know what I'm saying? The boards will go in right. What do you have to do? You have to ask for help.
For help from someone who knows how to put those things together.
Ooh. Somebody, girl, look, I'm gonna take off these glasses and put on some real glasses. I can see all these comments. Switch. Okay, so what is culture bias towards accepting help? Don't get me started. Girl, I need to get you started. I need to get you started.
She was saying that's why we don't accept the help that coaches offer.
But what happens though? Okay, let's go back to this analogy, y'all. Whoa. So once you put this, now you got the things all together. You know, now you got help. What does that look like once you got your product all together? Whoa. You got a pretty shelf together. You got a pretty desk together.
Yes.
No. Let's not say pretty. You have a functionable item. Whoa.
Yeah.
A functionable item.
Yeah.
You got, y'all, listen to me. Please listen to me. Listen, it wasn't the best analogy, but it worked.
It gets the point across.
Once you get all those pieces put together, it's now functional. It's now can do what it's supposed to do. It can serve its purpose for what it needed to do, y'all. But we had to start here, right? And then we had to work our way to getting all the pieces together. And the pieces that we didn't know how to get together, guess what? We got somebody to help us.
Who can help us. Exactly.
Because when you're ready to sit down at that desk or when you're ready to use your thing, guess what? You want it to be functional.
That's right. Right. That's right.
That's
right.
So she said, invest in yourself. It is a guaranteed ROI. Coaches help you get the return on your investment that you need. Oh my Lord.
Absolutely.
What she said? Ain't nothing.
You asked her for a song.
Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Ask for. I love you, Michelle. Yeah, okay, wait a minute. We gotta go. I got one more.
Okay.
The last thing I'm gonna say about getting your zone of genius is values. Now come on. Woo! Girl, knock it out.
Knock
it out for
you have to know what is of value in order for you to be able to sell, promote, display anything, or you are absolutely wasting your time. But the first person that it's got to be of value to is you. You've got to know your value. You've got to know what's valuable to you, and you've got to be able to tap into what's valuable to that person that you're trying to reach. You have to.
You have to. Oh my God.
Yeah.
You know what? I think when it comes to the value system, okay, when it comes to the value, it could be a filter, y'all. It could be a filter for us making decisions, making the right decisions.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's y'all.
Yes. That's big.
You know what? I was listening to a master class, and let me see if I wrote her question down. Here it is. I was listening to a master class, and she said, when it comes to values, she says, what matters more to you than money? Now ask yourself, why? So if you can write that down. That was listen. I'm always listening to something. I said, you know what? That was a good question. What matters more to you than money?
And why?
Now ask yourself, and why?
That's good.
Y'all, we got to turn this thing around. And I'm so glad that, we have platforms like this that help us, to just, what, this is just a unfiltered Talk to Me Tuesday platform. Ain't nothing rehearsed. We're coming because not only are we bringing, experts to the table to help, but we have experts that are listening to us, who are chiming into the conversation. Remember, I said at the beginning, the conversation ain't gonna just be me and you. It's gonna be those that are listening and participating who can help. Like, Coach D, we have Shin and we have Mrs. Deborah on here. Thank you so much, Miss Lady. We have Shay on here. I mean, you know what? We all come in all different areas of our expertise, but we all have what? A zone.
A zone. Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
Whoa. Listen, that we can be given an offering. Y'all, we have to help each other. We're depositing into the bank. I call it the Win Bank, the resource bank. I'm calling it the Win Bank.
Exactly.
And we deposit into that. And once we do that, everybody wins. Because believe it or not, let's cross our fingers with all this other stuff that's coming out. You know what? We don't want to circle back into where this thing started before COVID. You know what I'm saying?
Gosh, no.
Yeah. Everything was so different. People couldn't, but now it's like when you know better, you do better, right?
Right.
And right now, we cannot, I'm gonna say it. We cannot get back into the hobby mode.
We can't.
We have to get back into how do we effectively impact the world? How do we effectively do that? And you can do that because each one of us has a zone of geniusness. Oh my Lord, this is just like, Lord. Let me see what everybody else said. She said, "Love that question. Powerful way to say."
Absolutely.
Yes. I mean, I'm telling you. When I heard that, I was like,
something to think about. It's a great way to put things in perspective.
And we need it. Oh my Lord, this has been good. You know what? I love Tuesdays. You know what? I've missed a few Tuesdays, but I love Tuesdays because I get to talk with amazing, leaders like you and the ones that are listening to us.
Thank you.
Really talk about, different things. It doesn't always be, but you know what? That's the juggles and struggles of what it takes to be in business. And we want to be able to get that resources. I mean, it's coming out. So, Miss Lady, I'm so super excited. You know what? If I could figure out a way to pop that magazine cover up, I would definitely do it. I want y'all to give Miss Alethea in y'all network. She is a lady that needs to be in your network. She was on the cover. I mean, I had to stop, drop, and roll when I seen her on this cover. I mean, I was like,
wow. Renee Huffman, Women of Destiny. She did an awesome job.
Yes, I love it.
Dignity. I'm sorry.
You have the book coming out. Listen, she's a 4-time bestseller.
Yes,
come on.
Thank God.
Look, we're throwing a credibility. So listen, we're bringing people to you that's been there, done that.
Yes.
Like she said, it's the inroads. We already know. And we don't need to go back from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Like let's learn from those who've already been there so we can skip that portion.
And keep it moving.
So you got your book coming out. I'm super excited. So what else you got going on, Miss Lady?
So right now, this week, I'm doing something that's called the Reinvent Challenge, which really piggybacks off of the book where we had women to share their stories of reinvention, basically as a means of encouraging and letting people know that you don't have to stay in that mediocre life. You can go for better. There is greater out there, and you don't have to shy back away from it. So this week we have the challenge going on, and you can find out about that on my social media, as well as I'll be sure to share the link here on LinkedIn on my page. And also, once that is completed, I have a 12-week program that's coming up that I'm working on launching, and a few other goodies that are coming along the way that are in the development stage. But all things reinvent is what we're talking about right now. You can go for that life, and I am willing and able and prepared to show you how to get there.
Yeah, you know what? That is so true. You know, in this, sometimes we have to do that. We have to reinvent ourselves on a lot of different levels in our life. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You just have to, because sometimes I don't want to say we need another kickstart. How about that?
Yes. Yes.
We need another kickstart.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And in doing that, with what you're doing, Alethea, is going to be so helpful to these amazing ladies that need it. We all need it. You know,
we do. Yes, we do.
It just like we started our conversation off, you know, look, it's the third quarter. People are thinking like, oh my God, this ain't working. Baby,
no.
You need to reinvent it. You know what I'm saying? It's time to get
yes.
that. It is. And I don't know how, you know, like when you feel like things ain't going right, that's where you come in. Like we've all been talking about coaches. That's where you come in to say, listen, today ain't a good day. And sometimes it doesn't always have to be about business, because what happens is we're developing relationships, y'all,
all the time.
And sometimes people cry out in a different way for needing different type of assistance.
Right. And they cry out the best way they know how.
Yes, yes, yes. But here's the thing about it, is what I love about what you're doing, Alethea, is that, you know what? Giving up is not an option.
It's not an option.
It's not
even on the table.
It's not even on the table. So you bring that inspiration to ladies that really, really need it. So I'm super, super excited. And I'm super excited about your book as well.
Thank you. As I am about yours.
Yeah, you know what? I'm super excited. You know, for me, I got a lot going on, and I'm super excited. So like for those who are listening, you know, we always do conversations over coffee. We're doing it every other Thursday, which we'll be doing it this Thursday. And, you know, we're going to be having some juicy topics. I miss ladies there too. We were just talking, you know what? One of the ladies on there, girl, I ain't even got a notebook. You know, wait a minute. I got it. And I got to say this too, real quick, because I meant to make a post. Listen, I meant to make a post about this topic. Let me see. Listen, I'm always trying to come up with something, but we have a conversation. And if you don't know this particular lady, her name is Lord, I done forgot. Look, I'm gonna need to give me a re-kickstart. No, I'm sorry. Let me get off. But I know this lady, her name is Shannon Perry.
Yeah.
And to us, she's, you know what? She's one of those sister circles, you know. Mm-hmm. Yes, Miss Coach Shandi. Yes, thank you so much. Appreciate you. But anyway, just real quickly, she you know, she's always coming and she'd be dropping so many good juicy nuggets too into our group. And one of the things she said the Thursday before, she said, know the business of your business.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, that was good. Know the business of your business, because we were talking about kind of the same thing. You know, we're talking about coaching. We're talking about moving to the next. Well, going to a next step in our business, and you know how our message is resonating with people. She said, "Listen, you better know the business of your business." I said, "Well." You know,
that's a good one.
That's a good one, y'all. But anyway, so getting back to where I'm going. So we have conversations over coffee on Thursday. I have the launch of my new That ain't new. I have the launch of my Tapped In magazine, my August edition that is coming out. I'm super, super excited.
Yes.
You know, we had featured some amazing ladies. You know, I want you to grab your free copy of it. It's going to be, the launch should be Thursday. Let's cross our fingers. Everything goes good. I'm super duper excited. But I also got another launch coming out for the leadership tour that'll be pressed on the end of this month as well in August. What else I got? Oh my God. We're doing a part of the Black Business Expo. And we're always doing the Black Community Talent, which is, you know, we're kicking that off too. For those who are not a part of that, listen, I'm gonna need for you to get to be a part of that, because that's going to be where, again, it's going to be on a different, higher level of networking. It's bringing some different pillars in would be a good foundation for anybody's business. So, you know, the connections there are going to be phenomenal.
Yes.
So I'm super, super excited. But yeah, that's what I got. So yeah, all said and done. Listen, you can always follow me on social media. My last thing, joining on my LinkedIn workshop. Now listen, everybody should have their profiles done on LinkedIn.
Yes.
If your profiles ain't done, I need for you to get with me on Get Linked. It's going to be the last the Tuesday of this month. And we're going to go over and make sure that the conversation is starting correctly within your LinkedIn profile.
That's good. There are
millions of people on LinkedIn, and you need to be one of them.
Yeah.
So other than that, Miss Lady, I think I didn't covered it all.
I think so. We've got things shaking and moving, and that's the way you have to be.
Yeah, we got it going, and we gotta keep it going, y'all. We gotta keep it. Okay, so listen. Until the next time we meet on our next Talk to Me Tuesday, I'm super excited, and I appreciate all of you tuning in with me. I'm going to leave you with this last video, which is the launch of our Tapped In magazine. Until the next time again, we will see you then. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Are you ready for 2021 takeover? Tandra Price, watch out! The Networking Ninja launches the first exclusive edition of her magazine, Tap In. She is changing the networking space all over the planet. Meet the powerful ladies taking over 2021.